Hello everybody. So we'll be learning how to do syslog in today's practical. So I've already drawn diagram and made all the mention about the IP addresses. What needs to be done is now you have to you know do OSPF, right? So to do OSPF, you should have remembered all the commands and now getting all the very previous two practicals, right? So I just quickly do that process over here. For those of you that don't know, it's basically you have to go into one second, area zero. Yeah. So basically you have to enable, go into config mode, and then do router OSPF1, enter network, and then IP address of whichever router I'm on right now. So IP address of R1 and the complement of subnet mask, right? And the complement of 255 is 0 and 252 is 3. So you just enter the IP addresses and always add a 0 at the end, not the actual number. Yeah, and just in case if you entered the IP address, there's a possibility you might have opened your CLI in this mode. So just to exit router OSPF1, and yeah, you're back in router OSPF1 mode. Okay, so it's network 10.1.1.0 0.0.0.3 area 0 CLI, and network 10.2.2.0 0.0.3 area 0 doing router 3, enable 150 router OSPF1, then it's 192.168.1.0 and 0.0.0.255 area 0, and just network, we do that again, and you want to have 10.2.2.0 and 0.0.0.3 area 0. So as you can see, OSPF is done. Now again, one thing I have told everybody is initially it might fail, so try it for a few times, right? Even after trying for a few times, if it's still showing fail, then that means that there's something wrong. Check your IP addresses, number one, and after that, if it's still not working, just redo the entire OSPF process again, right? And now because I have done OSPF, right, please save this. Okay, uh, it's very important that you save it. Okay, because that way you at least have some point of like something like a checkpoint. You can always go back to this particular saved file if you want to, if you have pressed some wrong command at the later stages of your practical and you want to go back to start it from all over again, you at least don't have to do OSPF part again, right? So always save your work as soon as OSPF is done. Okay, and we'll be doing syslog today, right? So if you this particular PDF is in uh, Marilia ma'am's classroom. It's called SC manual. Okay, so basically to do SSH is basically getting remote access into a particular device, right? So over here, this step that says R3 config, I'll show you actually. So you go into R3, you go into config mode, and you do this command IP domain hyphen name ccna security.com. Okay, and then you add username ssh admin privilege 15 secret cisco sshpa 55 cisco sshpa 55. Yeah, yeah, so we have configured these, and after that what you'll be doing is it's like line vty 0 space 0 sorry vty space 0 space 4 login local transport input ssh. Okay, once you have done this, the next step is to erase the existing pairs. So you're going to go to config, you're going to do crypto key z royce rsa. So it is ZEROIZE. Okay, I don't know how do you pronounce it, but it's Z, not S. Okay, so there is no signature keys found. Great. Next, you have to generate a crypto key. So what you'll be doing is you'll do crypto key generate RSA. Okay, so as you can see, please define a host name other than router. So basically, this command that we did, that is IP domain name CNN security, that technically did not work, right? So to change it, it's basically you just have to type host. If you like, I'm very confused right now whether the command is host name or host. So what you can do is you can type host name and then question mark, right? So host name, this system's network name, right? So if you type question mark in front of any command, you know, you'll get your rest of the, you know, like it's like kind of help or suggestions, right? So it's host name host, and I'll type ccna security.com. uh One second, that's, yeah. So as you can see now, I have created ccna security.com. Another easy step to do it is you go into config and just, you know, type host name over here. That's the easiest way, and doing it via command line is done over here. Okay, and we'll do, you know, we'll start from again. So we have done this, so now you're going to line vty 0 space 4. Like you basically start your practical by changing your config name to this r3 or basically anything other than router. Okay, it's line vty 04, enter, login local, transport input ssh, crypto key, zero is rsa. After that it's crypto um, key generate rsa. So now you can see you're getting this, how many bits in the modulus do you want, right? So here they have asked us to choose 1024, so you just enter 1024, and here 1024 bits have been generated for rsa, right? So that's it. So now to verify your ssh configuration, inside over here you're just going to do ip ssh time hyphen out. No, one second. So you have to first verify your ssh. So you're going to actually go out from config mode, right? And over here you're going to do show ip ssh. Okay, here see, by default it's supposed to be 120 and 3, which we have over here, right? So that is what it's supposed to be. Now we're going to change it to 90 and 2. Okay, so we're going to go into config mode again and do ip ssh time hyphen out 90, and ip ssh authentication hyphen retries 2, and ip ssh version 2. You did that. Now you're gonna go into exit and do show ip ssh. So as you can see, your authentication timeout has been updated to 90 and 2. Okay, so now if you come over here and check, so it's basically you have to now go to pcc. Okay, so I get out from here, go to pcc, go to desktop and go to command prompt. So the next command I have to do is telnet 192.168.3.1. Now see, connection is closed by a foreign host. Okay, the connection should fail because r3 has been configured to accept only ssh connections on the virtual terminal lines. That's correct. Okay, now on pcc only, the next command is ssh hyphen l ssh admin and the ip address, that's 192.168.3.1, and you enter. And for the password, you know, it's cisco ssh pa 55, right? Basically the password that we basically the username and password that we created over here. So as you can see, it's cisco ssh pa 55. So you're just going to enter that over here, cisco ssh pa 55. Now again, the password won't be shown to you even when you're writing it in an exam, but you have to assume that it's being typed, and when you press enter you are into ccnasecurity.com, right? So you can see now I'm into ccnasecurity.com, which is r3 ka host name. So you know that will give you a confirmation that you are into pcc. Okay. Oh, I'm extremely sorry. I might have told you guys I'm doing syslog, but I ended up doing SSH instead. So I'll, you know, change the file name again. Okay. Yeah. So connect to R3. Now we have already connected from PCC, right? So we'll just exit from here. We'll go into PC2. PC. We don't have PC2. We have R2. Okay. So we have to go into R2, right? And from CLI, we'll be doing SSH, right? So we'll exit from here, and we'll do SSH now. So SSH hyphen v 2 hyphen l, that's not one, that's hyphen l, SSH admin 10.2.2.1. Okay, now many of you might be confused as to how do you remember the IP address. Okay, so I'll tell you how do you do it. So if anytime you're doing an SSH from the right side of this particular router, right now R3, we are all going into R3. As you can see, R3's host name is ccnasecurity.com, correct? So if you are on the right side of R3, now I was in PCC, right? Now which wire is connected from R3 to PCC? That connection is gigabit ethernet 01, right? So in case you're on the right side of the R3 router, you go to gigabit ethernet 01 and you get the IP address, right? So that is the IP address you're going to use, and via that IP address you'll SSH into R3. Now when you are in R2, the connection that is keeping this is the serial interface 001, correct? So you go to R3 serial interface 001 and you use this IP address. Okay, so please keep this in mind that it's not very confusing. If you're on the right side, use the gigabit ethernet one, and if you're on the left side, use the serial you know, serial interface one. So as you can see now, I did that. Now it's asking for the password. The password is going to be the same, that is Cisco SSHPA55, and I'm into ccnsecurity.com, right? So as you can see, that is the practical for, you know, uh, SSH. I'll update this. It is not syslog. I'm sorry for that. So yeah, this is SSH. So SSH is completed, guys. Thank you.